Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, I wish Mariah was here. Exposing the Weeknd's dark past before the fame. The
Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is not who you think he is.
He's embarrassed of the fact that he lived here. He was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Took the landlord like 3 months to clean up his apartment.
This is a guy who knew The Weeknd before he was famous. And spoiler alert, he kinda hates
He couldn't give a shit about you.
Also, he kinda hates me too. But we'll get to that later in the video. It all started
All right, real quick.
Yo,
real
what's up?
quick. Real quick. Damn, nigga. Hold on. Let me drop my nuts real quick, bro. Let me drop my nuts real quick. God damn. All right. So the reason why I left the call was because I only came in just to see what y'all was talking about, and then I got overstimulated when everybody else joined in. But
Nobody else joined in, bro.
nobody
Mariah
joined
joined in, and that was it.
you know, that's what I'm saying. When Mariah joined in, I got overstimulated.
What? It's only one person.
Trust me.
I got
Trust me.
scared.
What Kanye said.
Whenever we were doing Zoom calls, I mean not Zoom calls. I mean whatever it's called. The what's it called? How'd you not get
Fuck am I looking
overstimulated?
at?
But
Who's
what did
going behind
Kanye
me?
say? What did Kanye say?
Stop going behind me. They're grinding on me.
Kanye said, "Never trust a bartender that don't drink, bitch." I just be saying shit. They'll understand. I just be saying shit though. But yeah, exposing the Weeknd's dark past.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is not who you
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is not who you think he is.
He's embarrassed of the fact that he lived here. He was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Took the landlord like 3 months to clean up his apartment.
This is a guy who knew The Weeknd before he was famous. And spoiler alert, he kinda hates
He couldn't give a shit about you.
Also, he kinda hates me too. But we'll get to that later in the video. It all started when my friends and I were visiting Toronto, and we decided to check out the apartment building The Weeknd used to live in before the fame. He's always been a huge inspiration to me, and we thought it would be cool to see it in person.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually extremely nervous.
I think you should lie.
The third floor, which is all the way up there, that top window and the little balcony, that's pretty much where he lived, and that's pretty much where most of his experiences happened. The entire house of balloons is pretty much wrapped around everything that happened right up there.
But it's okay, cause you don't need it while we're doing it. That's too far locked in the middle of the city.
This is also where the King of the Falls music video was shot, literally right here. So the angle was kind of like this. He was wearing a blue jacket, and then he kind of walks down the street. I'm pretty sure, I actually haven't watched the music video in a while, but based on just my pure glazing abilities, I have a confident thought. And you can see this sign in the background of that music video.
I decided to knock on the door to see if we could get a tour, and I did not expect what comes next.
Hi.
Hi. What do you need?
So we're just shooting a video, like a documentary kind of thing about The Weeknd, obviously. He used to live here.
That's right.
Way back. Okay, I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Of course. Yeah, you're not allowed in the house. I'm sorry.
How long have you been living here?
I've been living here 15 years.
So were you here during that whole era?
Yeah.
So you and him.
No, they were on drugs, man. Like, I don't know, you glamorize this guy.
He about to tell us the cold, hard truth. I wish Mariah was here to hear this shit. I might just rewatch this when she's here. He about to tell us the cold, hard truth.
The guy he couldn't give a shit about you. In fact, when he shot his videos, they wouldn't even pay respect to the tenants that lived in the house. My apartment is in his videos. I didn't get paid for that. And to be honest with you, I don't know why you waste your time, because he would never come back
You
here.
want money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's embarrassed of the fact that he lived here. He was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Took the landlord like 3 months to clean up his apartment after he left. The landlord rented him an apartment, him and 2 other guys, for cheap money.
Yeah.
That's what it was. They were 3 guys living in a 1-bedroom apartment.
And they're just partying all.
And all 3 of them are millionaires now. Cash XO and all them boys, they all millionaires now. So, hey, They did what they had to do.
Crack and drugs, yeah. So that's really your history that you want to know about him. There's not really anything bright about him, the fact that he lived here. You guys idolize this guy, he couldn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
He doesn't care less, as long as you buy his records. That's all he's concerned about.
Right. I assume you and him didn't have the best history?
No, it's not that at all. It's just that, you know what, you guys put all this penance on somebody that really
Just doesn't care.
did nothing for anybody.
Right.
Right? As soon as he got his hit, that was it, he was gone.
Now, I've had the man's meat in my mouth since 2013. He's been a huge inspiration in a lot of my life and one of the biggest idols that I look up to. What? So it's a little bit weird to hear these things about him. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to be visiting some milestone locations that The Weeknd used as stepping stones in his career. And I'm going to be backtracking how he went from this notorious scumbag to the #1 streamed artist in the world. And I also want to figure out how he went from homeless to Forbes list, because I do think there's probably an inspirational story somewhere in there for you to go from, you know, bottom of the barrel scumbag to philanthropist.
You know, this low-key makes sense because I seen a post saying that Kendrick, it was the same type of way. I seen a post saying that Kendrick was the type of guy to run off on dice games. Like, people were saying Kendrick was like an asshole, like a genuine asshole. So it makes sense. I kind of see where it's coming from.
And #1 streamed artist in the world.
Right here is the very first spot. When he was only 18 and homeless, this is the street that he used to stand on, and he literally used to sing on the street for money.
You don't know what's in store.
Every day after work, he would literally pull up to this place right here. This is where the mixtape Thursday, Echoes of Silence, and House of Balloons was made. It's crazy to think that those 3 mixtapes that then turned into the trilogy, which snowballed his entire career into where it's at today, literally all started in this ghetto-ass building right next to me. There's a sign that says enter through the red door, which is literally right there. I'm honestly just gonna show up and see what happens. Do I knock on the door, or do I just... Is this a house? I'm just gonna...
I literally did not know if this was a house or not, but I just decided to walk in.
Just someone singing.
The Weeknd?
Do you hear the singing? It's definitely still a running studio. Okay, so this is the loft pretty much of where Trilogy was made.
And this is just one of the many iconic locations we'll be visiting throughout this video.
We just kind of walked in here. I don't know what...
Yeah, I'm saying, did they just walk in and now they're shooting? What? What kind of studio? See, okay. I see why Abel was able to go to this studio. This was very Abel-esque.
To do? Should I knock on the door? Hey, sorry guys. No, we're just doing like a YouTube video thing.
What are you guys' names, man?
Milad.
Oh, for real? Milad?
Milad, yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Conrad, yeah.
Conrad gave us a full tour of the studio, but the best part was something we weren't expecting. The bathroom.
That's crazy. So it was House of Balloons, Thursday, Echoes.
It's in the I know.
That's crazy. These are the actual... Bro, Kevin, I know you're low-key kind of tweaking.
It's pretty crazy. I can't lie, this is pretty fire.
This album changed so much of the trajectory of how I was inspired in life, and like part of the reason why we're even making this video, or like YouTube as a whole. So that's crazy.
Essentially, it's kind of funny because I came here like 4 or 5 years ago to record like my first song, and it was trash. Because actually, I'm a huge fan as well of The Weeknd. And then, like, but it turns out he actually recorded it in this room here.
You'll be in that fan, she on that B&M band, so tuck hands down.
That's that boy K.
That was very surreal. For someone who's always seen him through a lens, and like now kind of walking into the paths that he's pretty much walked to get to where he is, and then seeing like the plaque that's kind of like a emblem of like where he's at now is insane. This is where he used to work. Right here is what used to be at one point in time American Apparel, but it's now.
What's wild is if you go to my YouTube page, Mixed by Ryn, I think that's what it is. I already did a breakdown of all this stuff. Literally, I did a whole video about this shit. So I find it weird seeing the actual images. I wish I would have had this when I was making my video, because I would have just used some of this clips In the video.
Now Urban Outfitters. And then right around the corner is where you would go and you'd find the studio. When he was working here, he had released the songs anonymously, and his coworkers used to listen to it in this store. But his coworkers didn't know that it was actually him that sang those songs right around the corner. I wonder how many times he almost got hit by a car here. Because I'm like on my 6th attempt. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we literally just recorded everything, and then someone, I'm not gonna name names, but Kevin forgot to turn the mic on. So
I think as the YouTuber, you know how to use your...
Right behind me is the, what's it called?
Jesus. It's the California sandwiches.
That's above me. I was just making
Even though we're
sure.
in Toronto.
I was making sure.
They import them from California.
They do not do that. Apparently, this is where the Weeknd used to come after he would have some local shows, and then he would just come here. And this was his favorite restaurant, you said?
This is where he has one of his favorite meals, the veal sandwich.
How do you know that?
In our city said that means it's a fact, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm judging him for veal sandwich. You think those kids were kidnapped, or you think there's kids?
And if you're a true EXO fan, you definitely recognize this place.
So this place, at one point in time, used to be called the Mod Club. This is where the Weeknd had his first ever like in-person concert. Most of the mixtapes that he was making, he wasn't showing his face. He was releasing them as like anonymous. So this place was the first time he showed his face. He performed in front of like a crowd of like 400 to 500 people.
Real quick, The Weeknd is who Drake wanted to be back in the day. You could clearly see it right here. The Weeknd is who Drake wanted to be. Just had to say that.
Let's see if we can get inside here. Okay, that's crazy. I've seen so many videos of this, like over years, of just him performing here, because it was like a very notable moment in his career. So it's a little weird to like be here for real. Literally, the stage right there. The stage right there is where he had his first concert. This whole place packed, full of people. This is wild, it's surreal. I'm pretty sure at this concert is when he brought out Drake. I don't know if it was the same concert, but I'm pretty sure that this was the spot. So the next spot behind me is, I actually have no idea. Kevin knows more about the history here.
This is apartment 200. It's club meets lounge where the Weeknd used to chill. He also had quite a few concerts here inside, although they're much smaller at the time.
I've heard some stories about how like when he was smaller and he would do smaller shows, he would just show up absolutely like off something, like too drunk, too high, and he like was slurring in his concerts. This is the famous green doors. This is the gate. To walk through those doors and not hit your head, you must have been so short. Dude, I think the Weeknd's like this tall, unironically.
Well, the Weeknd's about 2 days relative to the weekday, which is about 5 days.
All right.
I want the lesson of this video to basically be that if the Weeknd could go from this to that, then so can you. His journey isn't just a rise to fame. It's a story of resilience. You know, he overcame homelessness, addiction, and even Diddy. Now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments down below what's something you would try to achieve if you knew you couldn't fail. No matter what you're after, how big your dream is, how crazy it sounds, just stick to it, go after it, and just believe in yourself. You got this.
This is me pretending like I'm the Weeknd and I have a veal sandwich in my hand. This is my favorite meal. That's not good.
That might have been the worst thing I've ever watched.
That's not good.
I actually love that video. Though it was a short video, I like that video. That was a good video. You know, but he's obviously a Weeknd glazer. Like, Buddy obviously got the Weeknd dick in his mouth. But no, I actually really enjoyed that video. And that's something, I'll say, if I could do anything knowing, like, without failure, like, knowing it would be done without failure, it would be exactly what I'm doing, which is just trying to be the best me I could be. I feel like that was one of the hardest, but also the best decisions I ever made for myself, was that I just want to be the best me that I could be. It doesn't really matter, you know. A lot of stuff doesn't matter when it comes to that situation. I just want to be the best me that I could be in life. Whatever that fucking means. Everything I do, I want to be the best me that I can be at it. And though that's been a daring task. It's brought me to a lot of places in life that I'm very happy about. You know, I say it's not something I would ever regret. Ever, 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 ever. All right, I'm gonna watch this long, gritty video, and then I look, he got to head to bed. Ooh, I'm not even gonna say too much. Just know tomorrow, I might go on live. I might
Gloria,
not go on live.
I am.
But if I do go on live tomorrow, it'll be a very interesting live. Very, very interesting. I will say that.
Super excited to have this baby. Baby, sir. This pussy is a concentration camp. My uterus is a gas chamber. I'm not having no Jews. And I hate kids. And look at me. I'm 37. I'm still young. I'm in my prime. Too young for kids.
Shouldn't we talk about this?
What is there to talk about? I'm the woman. Okay? It's my body, my choice, and my abortion is about to go so crazy. I promise you, I'm about to have my abortion in a club. Okay? We finna get a postpartum section. We're gonna have the bottle girls bring a fuck you fetus sign. It's gonna go crazy. We taking shots out of baby bottles. Turn it up, nigga.
But I really want this baby. I really want to be a father.
I wanted a father as well. But that's just something me and this baby won't have. Sorry, sadly.
You and I both decided to have consensual, unprotected sex. So shouldn't you and I both bear the responsibility of an unborn child?
Too much logic. Too much logic.
I'm a woman. I don't have to take responsibility for shit when it comes to my body. Accountability? Not I. Women can have 1,000, 1 million, trillion abortions.
Real quick. You don't understand how meta that statement is. Accountability? Not I. There's an ad. There shouldn't be ads. I turned off ads. I literally turned off the ads. What do you mean there's an ad? What do you mean there's an ad?
And be good. You know why? Because society is chill like that.
Okay.
Anything else, bitch, don't matter. Because it doesn't matter what men want. Because men don't matter. Society is going to prove that time and time again. Get out of my face, nigga.
Hey, babe. I think we should have this baby. Yeah.
I think TikTok does like
I'm not ready
pre-roll
to,
ads or
be a
something like
father.
that.
I don't think having a child at this moment is in my best interest.
Well, I'm going to have this baby anyway, with or without you, regardless of how you feel about it, ultimately forcing you into fatherhood. And then if you still choose to not be in this baby's life and step up, I'm going to put you on child support and you're going to be labeled as a deadbeat to the whole entire world. So if myself, a man, decides that I am not ready for a child and I walk away from this pregnancy, I'm a deadbeat. But if you, a woman, decides that she is not ready for a pregnancy and she terminates her pregnancy, then she is a brave woman that owns her own body.
He's speaking too much facts. He got to stop.
Yes.
You got to stop.
Absolutely. That's pretty much how it goes.
He's speaking too much facts.
The man.
Stop.
Has to take accountability. Not I. The woman. Ever. No. Only you, nigga.
I don't think that's fair.
And neither is the child support system. But pay up, you deadbeat bum bitch. Nobody cares about men. Who cares what men want? Men are not people.
Okay. Why do I feel like this either happened to Long Beach or this happened to a family member close to him. Cause ain't no way. See, my dude didn't feel like breaking out the wigs for this one. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't think he was playing with this one. I think he was speaking from frustration or some shit. But Mariah, let me tell you what you missed. It was a video about a guy who went to like different spots of the Weeknd's childhood. And the funniest part was he went to an apartment, the one that the Weeknd lived at first, where House of Balloons and the neighbor that the Weeknd had was talking mad shit. He was like, yeah, he's a fucking druggie. He don't care about nobody. He's never done nothing good for the world. He was just like, he don't care about you. He don't care about that. It was like 9 minutes. Hold on, let me prove it. I'm not rewatching it, even though I did lie and said that.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is not who you think he is.
He got the landlord like 3 months to clean up his apartment.
This is a guy who knew The Weeknd.
It's in my history.
Yeah. Had to go get the bag. Had to go give me some money. You already know how I'm coming.